I, I mean, one of the reason I'm today here because people like you. I used to interact with people like Anak all over the country, and it was so inspiring to see some of the success stories. So it was a matter of time for me to, come on this side. I mean, so coming from a corporate background, you know how corporates are. They're always trying to impress clients with numbers and flashy presentations and all those other gimmicks. So when I came into this, when I started independent IFA, it was a big change for me. And pleasant surprise is that whatever I had learned as a corporate guy, I kind of left it. And for me, the biggest takeaway after becoming an IFA was, I never thought of this, but it's the deep connections that I was able to make with my clients, which was totally missing in the corporate world. Because in the corporate world, you're basically just, thinking about your one-year targets and the transactions. So transitioning from a transaction-based business to a relationship-based, that was something something which I really cherish. And a couple of takeaways I would like to share. I think we as an IFA, we are the only professional who get a chance to interact and have this kind of deep engagement with our clients, other than their own family members and close friends. I mean, can you think of any other professional person who can actually just pick up the phone and call up the client? If we do that at least 10, 15, 20 times a year with each client, right? I mean, look at the kind of opportunity we get to make deep relationships. And here I would just like to give two examples of my clients. I mean, I don't want to, other things like technology and all those things, I think we are pretty much, all of us are adopted technology pretty well, so I don't want to talk about that. But I'll just, some of the satisfaction I get, instead of, just making this 50 lakhs to 1 crore and giving those fancy good returns, for me the most satisfying part of this job, and here I'd like to just give a couple of examples. Like one of the points you said is where we have to be good listeners. So, most of the interaction that I have with my investors is hardly about investments. If I meet an investor, usually the meetings last 45 minutes to 1 hour. Out of that, I think investment is something we just talk maybe for 5 minutes. A report dikha diya, he just shows, he pretends to see the report and he just skips it. After that, it's all about the personal talks. But those are not like, time pass stuff, meaningful talks. Like, to give an example, one of my clients, she had bought a plot. She had invested in or rather she had booked a villa which was yet to be developed. And she gave about 27 lakhs to this builder, which turned out to be a fraud. And it was a big scam. If you go to YouTube, I can share the name of the developer. It's a big scam. Thousands of families have got scammed all over India. And for 5 years, she had kind of lost the hope also. I don't know how the topic came, but she discussed with me. And then I mean, it was nothing to do with investments. So immediately I helped her to connect with some lawyers. And I actually personally went with her, met 3 different lawyers. Finally, she clicked with one. One of the lawyer helped us in the sense of how to go ahead. And hats off to her also, she kept going. And finally, last month she got the money back. And so the kind of satisfaction I got when this happened, and she gave me the good news, it was just amazing. And obviously, I've never asked her for any client reference, but obviously with all this, without asking. So I have never asked client for money, I have never asked them for reference, but I've always got. And second example I would like to give is of, in Goa what happens is most of the Goans are outside working. So all the senior citizens, they're usually at home and they don't get people to talk to. They're always hungry to, if somebody can give them time, they just open up like anything. And so this is a kind of a sad story because this was this almost a 65-year-old lady, and her son, who was a doctor, got addicted in Dubai. He got addicted to painkillers. Finally, he came back during COVID here, and he was actually sitting at home doing nothing for 4 years. And I was the only person she could talk to about this. And it was so frustrating. I mean, for 3 years, I'm trying to convince the son, me and her together, to get into a rehab. After 3 years of lot of turmoil. Finally, he got admitted to this a rehab center in Pune. It's quite an emotional story actually. And the kind of gratitude she has towards me is just mind blowing. I mean, these are something which no other profession gives us the chance to. So I think the best part about this profession, which I never thought this would be, is that kind of deep impact we are getting to make in people's life, other than the usual stuff. So I look forward to, and now the challenge for me will be to recruit a team and also teach them this aspect of connecting with people rather than just talking about numbers. Yeah, so that's